Hey there everyone, my name is Monkey Sharpener from the Guys Who Play Games, back with some more Pokemon Crystal. And hey, look at our beautiful Marissa, she's all trained up to level 47. Her stats aren't anything to like write home about, but like, you know, it's like, you can see what they're going for, right? Decently fast, mixed attacker, very frail though. That's name of the game. Anyways, I'm just gonna go straight to Saffron, because screw it, let's just go beat up Sabrina. The old... I don't even know. Sabrina's such a weird character. Both in-game, but like, in-game, I guess, but especially like, even just like, why did the anime decide... Like, the anime was so weird in the first, like, in Kanto. You know what I mean? Like, why does Sabrina just, like, shrink them down? Like, where does that come from? Just, like, a completely, like... You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those funny things. Oh, I turned animations off. Oops. I always do that. I always do that. I'll turn animations off while I'm grinding to speed things up, and then I forget to turn them back on. Classic. Ah, Hypno lived. Gets a nice chunky headbutt in there. In any other generation, it's like, hey, I'll turn off the animations when I just get bored of them. But it's like, Gen 2's animations are my favorite, for sure. They're so, like, chunky in this game. Psychic power is the power of your soul. Boop, 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 doot. It's Franklin and his amazing Kadabra. Well, this Kadabra isn't gonna last very long. If Hypno barely lived a faint attack, then yeah, I think Kadabra is getting big fat KO'd. Your soul is more power than mine. I like the idea of comparing, like, it gets our Pokemon, but it's like, oh no, it's our soul. I do appreciate that, like Sabrina's another even thing to think about that's weird about Sabrina is the fact that she's one of the few gym leaders that's gotten to show up outside of Kanto, right? Because out of nowhere, she just shows up in Black and White 2 in that game for just as part of the movies. Like, does she appear in more than one movie? I don't even remember. Is it only just the one? It is kind of funny, even too, that it's like, oh, you know, I want to. You know, don't want people to be as afraid of me, you know? And then her role in the movie is the villain. It's like, that's so classic. I do like, that is something that I think that's kind of interesting about the Pokemon games, is the way that they kind of implicate that humans can have powers too. That's why there are psychics, for example. And the idea that they can be on par with Pokemon potentially. That's why that's like Sabrina's whole thing is, you know, she's a powerful psychic. Like, that's not just some random thing. That's kind of why it's a reoccurring trend. Sabrina's also probably gotten like the most drastic like design changes over the years too because of that. Like, in the first, like, obviously first gen she has the whip, because that was kind of still like one of those like old beta things. And they never got around to redesigning the Gen 1 sprites, I'm guessing. Or they just didn't care, I don't know. Either way, like, some of the trainer classes just have whips, you know, like the cool trainers, the Rockets, and Sabrina. Back when, you know, they whipped the Pokemon. And obviously Gen 2 they got rid of that, but she has the bodysuit, and then Gen 3 she still has the bodysuit because it's kind of based on Gen 1. And then Heart Gold Soul Silver just like totally redesigned her to just be like pants and like the... Is it a sweater? I don't even actually remember what the exact design of her top is. But it's like, it's obviously, it's not the bodysuit anymore, you know? I didn't even point out, is that the last medium we fight? I should have pointed out, I love the fact that like the medium has like the little like spirits coming out of them. I always forget which one it is. Is it... I think it's like if you go to like the top left one. Oh god, I'm stuck in a loop. Okay, let's just go up here for a bit. Actually, I think this is the way out. Because let's go heal quickly. Because there's only 4 trainers in here in Gen 2. You know how it is. Downsized everything, because I don't know. I just didn't feel like it. Like I said, I honest to God think that Gen 2 could have been even better if they just had like a little bit more time, I feel like. Like if they just gave it like another like half a year, you know. Cause like I've said, and like many people pointing out, Gen 2 doesn't really suffer from actual like space constraints. They had plenty of space. It's just, well, maybe plenty isn't the right word, but it's like they just, you know, like you can tell it's just time. Anyways, I'm pretty sure the one I want to go to is the top left. Like I think if I go to the top left and go this one, nope. It's gotta be. I'm pretty sure it's top left. There we go. Okay, that was close. You know, Marissa's like the new part of the squad. She can just solo the whole bloody gym. That's part of the reason why they put the dark types right to the west of Saffron City. Because even at a lower level, they can pretty much just solo the gym. I don't think any of their Pokemon have any attacks that can really do anything to Murkrow, especially. Does her Espeon have Mud Slap, or is it just Quick Attack? Because if it did have Mud, I think actually that might be Red's Espeon I'm thinking of, has Mud Slap, and it still can't, like, obviously that also doesn't affect Murkrow. Like, it's funny like that. Sand Attack, but that doesn't matter because I have Faint Attack. Sabrina does have the notable thing that because she only has the 3 Pokemon, so her Pokemon are actually a bit high level. In Heart Gold Soul Silver, that's also the case. Her Pokemon are actually like pretty high level in Heart Gold Soul Silver compared to the gym leaders around here. Like I know if you watch Luca Jin's playthrough, it was like the first time she like lost. Because if you just go straight to Sabrina, she's like 10 levels above you, and it can be quite nasty. You don't have like a good dedicated psychic type answer, which you might not, because like the only thing that's really like a dedicated psychic type answer would be like either a steel type or a dark type in Gen 2, or like another strong psychic type, I guess. Like her Alakazam's level 48, like that's not nothing. Like, but like yeah, her team cannot deal with dark types at all. Like look at this. I think the only Pokemon on her team that can actually do something to you is like Mr. Mime probably has Double Slap, and then Espeon has like Quick Attack, and it's like, man, that is not doing nothing. God, I love that theme though. Do do do. You win. You earned yourself Marsh Badge. That's another one of those interesting topics. What's the deal with Marsh Badge versus Soul Badge? Is that actually a mistake? Like, is it actually a mistake? Because, like people said, it would make more sense for this to be Soul Badge and then for Koga's to be Marsh Badge. But it's like, they've stuck with it, and like, as far as I'm aware of, like, even in like, betas of the game, it was this is the way it was, I'm pretty sure, right? It's never changed. There's also the fact that Sabrina has that Venomoth in Gen 1, which is another one of those weird things. And I also love that, like, this is inconsistent. Some of the gym leaders do this and some of us don't, but she has different dialogue if you re-talk to her. Where she says, you know, love is a kind of psychic power. How cliche. Sabrina's also one of, like, the few gym leaders you can actually see all her sprites, because, that is, one of those funny things about Gen 2, is Gen 2 has a lot, and I do mean a lot, like, a lot of unused graphics for just random stuff. Like, all of the gym leaders obviously have, they all have omnidirectional sprites, right? They can face in any direction, even though most of them are like against walls, so you can't actually see all their sprites. And they all have walking sprites too. Even like the Elite Four mostly do this. I think Will and Karen don't. I want to say Will and Karen don't. Because they were like the last sprites to be made, pretty much. Well, maybe not the last sprites, but you know what I mean. Like, they were added very late. And for some reason, you know, like, you know, I mean, not for some reason. It's very obvious why they wouldn't bother, because they knew at that point they weren't going to be walking. But, like, it's crazy. Like, there's so many unused just trainer sprites just for, like, walking or, like, just looking in directions they can't see. just straight up completely unused sprites. Like there's that old man sprite that's just like unused. It looks similar to Price, kinda, but it's not the same as his. Actually, since it's nighttime, I just thought of this. It's nighttime, so we can go. Let's go get Curse. Do. I always hated this. This rooftop doesn't obey time of day, and like they totally could have made it obey time of day, but for some reason it's just this like weird blue void. I always thought that was weird. Let me recount the terrifying tale. Shriek! Ba-dum-dum. It's kind of funny that like the guy tells you a ghost type curse, and this says works differently for ghost types. Then you come in here and it's like, oh, all my Pokemon can learn this. Curse is like such a fascinating move. It's funny how like it became basically like totally outclassed in later games, because like there's just way better moves that don't, you know, sacrifice your speed. Like the ability to raise your attack and defense was, you know, obviously like pretty nice at the time, which is why the like, especially given that it's a TM that pretty much every Pokemon can learn. Like it's kind of crazy actually. You know what? We'll have I said puffed up, but like, I want to go do Erica's gym, but I kind of can't because I don't have cut. Oh yeah, the old man. Actually, I want to check something. If you fish in here, I'm guessing you just get regular Pokemon, right? Oh, there's just no fish in here. Okay, that makes sense, actually. Because this guy's, you know, this is the soft-boiled guy in Gen 1, but in this game, he's just like, ooh, look at all these Grimer. This is a serious problem. Just this little patch of water. One of like the most like obvious cases of just they wanted you to get Surf before you get to this guy, and then he gives you a TM that only 2 Pokemon can learn, and of those 2 Pokemon, only one of them is like actually supposed to be able to learn it because Mew was like added like the last bloody second. Like Gen 1's philosophy for stuff is pretty insane at times when you think about it. Like they had a TM that 1 Pokemon can learn. Like it's kind of an indictment, or like is that the right word? Like it's just kind of like a showcase of how Gen 1 is very like single player focused in that aspect. We're gonna get rid of, you know, we'll get rid of Marissa. I know we trained her up, but she got to solo the gym. Now we'll let her chill for a bit so I can actually get into Erica's gym because you need cut. It's kind of funny you need cut for 2 gyms in Gen 1. Like, you don't, I mean, I guess explicitly speaking, you don't actually need cut for Surge's gym, because if you wait, you can eventually just use Surf, but obviously, most people don't do that. A lot of people like to be like, oh, you can sequence break and skip Lieutenant Surge by, you know, doing this and that and getting cut or whatever, and it's like, well, you can do that normally. Surge is not a mandatory gym leader to fight until, like, you've done everything else. Like, the only thing Surge unlocks is Fly. Anyway, everyone's favorite girls-only grass-type gym. Delicious red Victory Bell. I guess that's more of a pink, actually, because it's swapping the palettes. Like, I guess it, like, shifts the palette over or something. That's why, like, the pink from Victory Bell's mouth is being used. Although then, it's funny, Vileplume's just like totally black. It kind of looked cool, actually. It's like all the color was drained from it. Oh, we lost. I do find it funny that they commit to this, like, the gym is so girls only, the gym guide isn't even allowed in. And then you have the creepy old man who, they kept the old man in later games, but they just, like, changed him to just be like, look at all these strong trainers. Like, it's so weird that they, like, it's like if you know what he was originally, he still kind of does the same thing, but it's like, it's funny that, like, I don't know. Kind of one of those weird artifacts, I guess. Chooch! Executor. Good old Executor. Executor is such a fun Pokemon. He's one of the Pokemon from Gen 1 that was obviously intended to be extremely good with his high base stat total, and like the fact that like he shows up constantly on like the rival teams and stuff. Like Blue always uses Executor. It's funny too because there's that unused Professor Oak team that also uses Executor, I think, right? Is that true? Actually, I don't remember now. Executor is the only Pokemon too that in Yellow Rivals still uses Executor. Because that's the only type that doesn't like correspond to an Eevee, so he just gets to keep using that rather than swapping over to the other Pokemon like Ninetales, Corsair, Magneton do. I could have rolled these guys out, I guess. Damn! Freaking Jumpluff, so fast. Jumpluff's one of those Pokemon that's definitely like super underrated. Like people just like knock it out because it's not very like offensive, but it's like it's an extremely fast like sleep like status spreader. Like that's really good. Like having being one of the fastest sleep users with, you know, a good sleep move is nothing to snuff about, you know? You know what I mean? Like is Jumpluff the fastest sleep user? Like is Gengar faster? It might be faster. I don't remember. Because I think it's a little... It's like one... Isn't Gengar 115? Is Jumpluff also 115? That might be true. I don't remember. Of course the beauty's using mushrooms, you know? She's all about the shrooms. Is that an original joke? 101? Sure, let's go with that. There's a lot of, speaking of unused, there's a lot of unused, well, I guess there's a lot of unused trainers overall, but there's like a bunch of unused beauty trainers. They're all just like placeholders, because it's like all of them except for like one are just Sentret, and then one of them's Furt for some reason, I guess. Like they're all like level 16, so it's like they're all like copy and pasted from like, whatchamacallit, like, what's her name? I can't remember the name of the cow lady? Why can't I remember her name? Cow lady, what's your name? Why can't I remember your name? You're like one of the most famous gym leaders from this damn game. Infamous, even. Why can't I remember her name? Faulkner, Bugsy, Whitney! Fuck, there. I had to say the other two first. Whitney's gym. Anyways, go old Erica. I like the joke that... The gag where Erica is like... the idea is that she comes across as this like prim, composed lady who's like all elegant and stuff. But then like it turns out she's actually just... She just has like... I don't know, she just has like insomnia or something. Or like, I guess the opposite. What's the opposite of insomnia? Like, is it narcoleptic? No. That's not it. But like, she's just always sleeping, basically. I do like the point that people like to make too, that you see a lot more Gen 2 Pokemon on the Kanto gym leaders. Which probably, I would argue, kind of, you know, leads into the fact that it's very obvious that they didn't really think of the Gen 2 Pokemon as Johto Pokemon. They're just new Pokemon. And since a lot of the new Pokemon are, you know, from types that don't get used by the, you know, Johto gym leaders, like grass and, you know, grass types and whatever. Well, it's funny I say that. Like, I think Erica's the big one because, like, she has two. Sabrina has Espeon. Surge actually doesn't use Ampharos, surprisingly, because Ampharos isn't used by anything. So in Crystal, you never see Ampharos in your Pokedex. Also, Erica's one of the few gym leaders in Kanto that actually gives you a TM. That's one of those interesting, like, little quirks about Gen 2 is, because only 2 of the gym leaders give you, TMs? It's just Erica and Janine. I guess girls are more generous than boys. Cause like it's actually kind of funny. You can fight all 3 girl gym. Well, no, I don't mean actually no, cause Misty's there too. Yeah, all the girls are just like in the middle here basically, and then it's just Surge. Kind of forgot about that, cause yeah, cause Koga gets swapped out for Janine. Oh yeah, this is a nice little thing that gets added in Speed Choice. You can actually see their the badges here. Although you can tell that like that's like they didn't like the badge designs are still the same. But yeah, with Janine taking over, the Kanto League has a an actual 50-50 mix. I forget when the first time they actually had more girl gym leaders than boys. I don't actually remember off the top of my head. Actually, has that ever happened? Surely that has, right? I can't remember. I'm not... Like, I probably could just... I don't know. Shut up! I don't know. Don't look at me like that. Let's... we'll do Cycling Road. Oh wait, I can fly. I should just fly to Celadon. It's faster. Do. Alright, let's of course swap out our pal Farfetch'd for good old Marissa again. Was that a decent imitation? I don't know. I think it was. I think that's kind of funny that most of like the unique Kanto City songs got like they didn't get ported over, or like you know what I mean, like they didn't get remixed in this game, but then Celadon did for some reason. And then they actually put a second, they made it so Fuchsia City also plays the Celadon theme, even though it doesn't in the original game. It uses Ceruleans, and then Cerulean just doesn't exist in this game for some reason. I always thought that was weird. Another one of those weird things is that they forgot to, I don't know if forgot's the right word, but you can't stop yourself on Cycling Road with the B button anymore. Wow, there's just no cyclers on this side? Kind of forgot about that. What happens if you try to surf? You can't surf here. Okay, they just give you a generic response. I want to say in Gen 1, if you try to surf, they're like, no way, cycling's too fun or something like that. Ah, yes, the bikers, which of course means Magmar and Coughing. Magmar is like it's kind of funny that like of the trio of Magmar, Electabuzz, and Jinx, Magmar is like the clear MVP of this game. Magmar shows up so often on these like random niche trainer classes. Jinx shows up for like a tiny handful of trainers, and like does Electabuzz even show up at all? Like I think there's that one cool trainer with the Pidgeot, the underleveled Pidgeot that has an Electabuzz, and is that the only other guy that uses it other than that and like Surge? Elekid never shows up, and obviously, Magby and Smoochum don't either, but... It's like, man, you see Magmar so often in this game. Hey you're from Johto, huh? Cycling Road is so weird, can I just say? Like, what was Cycling Road intended to be? Because, like, official art makes it look like it's, like, basically, like, a big, like, overhill mountain, like the SS Anne would go underneath Cycling Road, because it's just like a big archway kind of hill, but it's like it looks natural in a lot of art, and then like in Heart Gold Soul Silver they go with like the bridge design, and in like the first couple of generations it looks like it's just kind of like this like random like straight flat landmass like this, and like there's the buoys here kinda, but like what are those supposed to be? Like what is the intention of like what is this supposed to be? I never understood, and like it seems like even Game Freak didn't really know what they wanted to be either. Because it felt like they changed their mind constantly. Like, I guess, like, maybe it's like they couldn't... like, necessarily, like, make it look like they wanted to with just the in-game graphics, maybe, is the idea. Like, that's my best guess, is that it was always intended to kind of be like that. It's just kind of hard to do that in a flat game. Which, like, that's fair. But I don't know, it's weird. I don't know, I just think it still feels weird. Oh, do you think I'll hit this Mega Kick? Hey, get kicked, Weezing. Mega Kick's got some power, boy. Yikes, you got some awesome torque. Hands-free riding is considered cool on Cycling Road. But you're on a motorcycle. I feel like no-hands motorcycle would be a great way to, like, die. Like, motorcycles are not something you just fuck around with, you know what I mean? Like, like, I remember seeing a video of someone just, like, playfully reveling up a buddy's motorcycle when they weren't... like, their buddy was, like, just, like, at rest. And, like, he was, like, a fellow biker. And he just, like, was like, haha, I'm just gonna rev it up. And, like, the bike just goes fucking flying. Like, the guy, like, just, like, does... like, the bike does, like, a flip. The guy just, like, goes flying. And it's like, bro, that's just from, like, a quick little squeeze. Like, that's no joke. If I was that guy, too, I'd be fucking pissed. Like, that's... motorcycles are not cheap, my guy. It's not, you know... ain't funny. Hey, a Charmeleon. That's different, I guess. Charmeleon's another one of those Pokemon that feels like shows up a little bit more often than the other two Kanto starters. Actually, that's probably not even true. If anything, Ivysaur of all three is probably the most common because they show up on a lot of, like, there's like there's a couple, like, they show up in, I think did they show up in Erika's gym? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just talking on my ass. Maybe I think it's more just Wartortle shows up a little less. Because, like, yeah, like, some of the fire dudes use Charmeleon, and, like, there's a couple random ladies who use Ivysaur, too. But I don't think... there's not really any random trainer that uses Wartortle. Off the top of my head. This is another one of those things that's, like, downsized. Cycling Road is a little smaller, but there's also just, like, barely any bikers. In this game, Cycling Road is much more like an actual shortcut. You just go down here. I think there's one trainer down here, I want to say. Maybe? Maybe not. Nope, guess not. Another one of those weird things, too, is that in this game, Cycling Road is like the whole route is Cycling Roads, which leads to what definitely feels like a bit of an oversight, where you move down constantly even here, past the ledge. Like, this looks wrong. Because, like, you come out and you're just immediately going down. Like, this feels like one of those things that's actually kind of, like, a little bit lazy. Like, they should have been able to fix this. Like, all they had to do was make it so that Route 18 here was, like, part of this area, basically. Because if you don't know, basically the game just has, like, code that just says... I think it literally is just, if you're on Route 17, you just always move down. And the game also has code... the way that the auto bike works, too, is that... if you don't know... the way it works is it basically just goes... like, it checks your X coordinates, basically. If your X coordinates are past this gate, then it'll automatically put you on your bike when you, like, exit a building, basically. Sure, why not? You can beat a bird keeper, right? Cycling Road is a quick shortcut to Celadon. Yeah, even this guy says it. Although it's obviously less quick. Going back up. Jeez, I'm trying to swallow. Wouldn't let me. My body was just like, no swallow. Spit, sucker. Is that a gross joke? I don't know. Ooh! Do you think it's gonna kill itself with takedown? Nope, it actually pecked. I wonder if that's like the AI telling them specifically to avoid KOing themselves, or if it's just a coincidence. I know it's a bird keeper, so... oh, Crunch! I think is that the new move? Does Onyx learn Crunch, or is it only Steelix? I don't remember. Because I know Onyx and Steelix learn Dragon Breath, but I don't remember if you need the TM or if it's that... Actually, no, didn't they already learn? I don't remember. I'm going to teach it over Screech, though, for fun. Yeah, Steelix's special attack isn't anything to write home about, but... You know, like, maybe we'll get some use on something like, you know, Slowpoke or something. Like, what's Steelix's special attack? Yeah, that's not great, but like it's not even that much lower than its actual attack stat when you actually look at it. Like, it's 74, like that's not the worst. It's better than Jinx's physical attack. It's actually equivalent to Quillfish, isn't it? It's actually 1 point higher than Quillfish, in fact, and I'm using Quillfish as a special attacker, so... I definitely would not say it's doing all that poorly. Anyways, there's another bird keeper in the grass. Can he see me from here? He sure can. If you're looking for Pokemon, you have to look at the tall grass. Thanks for the reminder, buddy. We kind of skated over, too, that Cycling Road is the one, and, you know, it's funny that, like, a lot of the new Pokemon are just in this one little area. Like right to the east of Celadon, 2 new Dark types, and then to the west of Celadon is a new Fire type. You know, Slugma, Magcargo. Although the difference is that Houndour and Murkrow are legitimately, like, useful, and then Slugma is, like, the worst Pokemon ever of all time. Like, Magcargo's stats are, like, very slightly higher than bloody Ponyta. Except Ponyta doesn't have a 4 times weakness to, like, 3 different types. It's only 2 types, but having a 4 times weakness to water and ground is just, like, a nightmare for Magcargo. And it's slow and, like, not even, like, bulky. Like, even its physical defense, which is, like, its highest stat, isn't even that great. Because its HP is low. Like, it's, like, Magcargo's, like, Pokemon's biggest loser. In terms of, like, everything that it has going for it. Like, Magcargo, like, I always say this, Magcargo is my favorite Pokemon design-wise. I love the idea of just snail, but lava and rock, you know? Like, it's such a simple, but, like... I don't know, it just hits me perfectly. But, like, Magcargo is one of the few Pokemon I ever... Like, I used a Magcargo once in Hoenn. I used it in an Emerald playthrough once, and it was just like, wow. This is, like, the most miserable Pokemon I've ever used in my life. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh boy. I love constantly getting blasted, but, like... Especially because people love to point out that, like, Slugma is more common in Hoenn. Because it actually, like, shows up on a, like, decently early route. And it's like, that does not mean you're going to use it any more than you are in this game. Because it's like, geez Louise, man. Like, Hoenn has so many water types in it. And it's like, you know what I mean? You just get nuked the whole time. And it's like Magcargo has anything going for it. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to flamethrower from its poultry, like, special attack. And then Rock Slide, which is, like, not great anyways. I actually forgot that you actually need Cut in this game to actually get anywhere. Also, this is weird. Future City is really weird, I feel like, in this game, because it's like, oh, here's the Safari Zone office that for some reason isn't closed, but it's just completely fucking empty. Like, why is it just empty? Also, it uses the cafe design. Like, they just reused a map and just made it empty. Like, it's so weird. And, you know, it's somewhat infamously is known that even though the actual, like, main Safari Zone building to the north here doesn't have a door you can enter, it has an actual warp placed where a door would be, and in fact, it just, there's an unused Safari Zone in this game that, like, there's no Pokemon, but there is, like, some grass in there and stuff. Like, you could tell, like, they were, like, in the process of making it and then just, like, stopped. Probably because they ran out of time. Can you find Gyarados here, by the way? I think you can, I want to say. In yellow, you can fish up Gyarados in this lake, for some reason. That must be like an anime thing, right? Like maybe in the anime you could fish up Gyarados here or something? I don't know. But hey, look, Gyarados. How cute. You also come over here and talk to the Like, I think it's just like his daughter. Oh, his granddaughter. Sorry. Ugh. I do like how they explain that, like, the warden's it just went on vacation. Oh, so I think it's another one of those weird things. These little things that look like because it's, this is the same map as the fan club. And they reuse these tiles here that are just like in the fan club, these are actually like little like signs, but here they're photos for some reason. You know what I mean? Like another one of those weird things. Like Future State is just full of like these little weird decisions, I feel like. But I digress. Let's go beat up some ninja girls and a single ninja boy. I guess we'll just use. We can use we'll use Dunsparce because Jinx can just like beat like Janine pretty easily. This is another one of those things that's like. It doesn't make for a great, it doesn't make for a super great gameplay experience, but I do like the detail that in this game, Janine is, like, the lowest level gym leader, because she's new, right? That's the idea. She only recently became a gym leader, so she's not quite, like, up to snuff yet. She's still, like, getting experience. I wish I had Body Slam. Damn! Well... I guess it's Kale's time to shine. Come on out, buddy. Body Slam into Scratch. What a combo. I was almost about to say, like, do you think that even KOs? Like, I wouldn't surprise you if that barely misses. Because it's just, like, I don't understand. To this day, I still don't understand why they decided to make the move where you smash rocks 20 power. Like, at least it has a good chance to lower defense, but, like, man. You know, and everyone always likes to meme the fact that it's, like, the move Constrict that's described as squeezing the opponent's life energy. Like, you squeeze them, like, really hard. It's like being wrapped up, you know, like you're squeezing the life out of them. And, like, what? Oh, how much power does this move have? 10 power. Weakest move in the series. Oh, boy. Like, why do they have to make it so dang weak? Wahaha, I'm Janine. Is this guy like... I was gonna say Barry, but I wasn't sure if that was another guy. I do like how in this game, because they can lean into the disguise thing and like the Janine being a new gym leader, they can just have picnickers and campers in here. Definitely one of the weirdest things about... even in the original game, maybe that's like fitting in a way that even in the original game, like this is like the weirdest gym because like they didn't really have a dedicated poison type trainer, so you just have like all these random trainers in here that aren't even using poison types. They just use Pokemon that kind of vaguely have poison type moves. Gloom. And we get to see a bit more variety too, because it isn't just like, Coughing and Grimers. It's like, oh, yeah, Nidoking and Nidoqueen, those are poison types. Gloom, that's a poison type. Who'd have thought? It's one of those things that's like poison is like I think Gen 1 added more poison types than any other generation to date, because there's just so many poison types in Gen 1. It's like Gen 1 is like the only gen where they rivaled the water type, because they added so many, and yet the poison gym has no poison types. It's like, that's crazy. If you really think about it, it's like the most common type in Gen 1, pretty much. And yet the Poison Gym doesn't even have poison types. It's like they could have had so many options, and they just just because of the philosophy of Gen 1, they just kind of couldn't do it. I guess we'll send him popped up here. He's obviously not good against poison, but fooled you, ha ha ha. I do like how they have that camper dude up there who's just like, hey, wasn't my Janine disguise like spot on? Hey, look, speaking of Bulbasaur, this is what I was thinking of. Is there's another trainer in this game that just has Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. It's actually kind of funny. There's 2 trainers like this. Difference though is that this trainer is like, I think she's actually weaker than the one we fought way back when. Actually, she might be, like, her Bulbasaur is probably, because I think the other one is like all 32. Whereas this one's 30, 32, 34. Right? Yeah. Nicely done. Last Linda. Yeah, I like how like there's just a dude in here disguised as Janine, and it's just like, it's like, yeah, no, he just did that, you know. Like they don't bring it, they don't really like emphasize it, you know. They just like meant like he's just him is like, you know what? Never mind. Let's just end that topic because I don't know. I don't even know what my point is. I was almost gonna make like you know what? Never mind. Let's just leave it at that. But yeah, Janine is like the trainers in here. Like I think the Nidoking and Nidoqueen trainer were level 36, and she sends out a level 36 Crobat. Like she's only a little stronger than her trainers. She uses similar Pokemon to Koga too. Like she has the Crobat, she has the Ariados. Although she has Venomoth and Weezing, which Koga doesn't have. Her Ariados is really low level too. Like it's like the lowest level of any Kanto trainer, pretty much, or like any Kanto gym leader is this Ariados right here. Only level 33. But I do like how it's like leading into the fact that she's a rookie still. Like she took over for her father, but she's still learning, you know. And wow, and obviously it does lead to a weird gameplay experience where this gym leader is like not super strong. She does have the Venomoth. I do like how she has a different like signature Pokemon, like Venomoth is her signature rather than Crobat. But it's one of those things that it, like even though it doesn't necessarily translate to a great fight, she also has 2 Weezings. I forgot about that. It does mean like it's cute that they do this, and it does mean that it kind of loses its punch in Heart Gold Soul Silver, which she's like pretty much at the same level as all the other gym leaders. You know what I mean? Like even though it's better, it's a better gameplay experience, but it's not as much of like a fun little thing, you know? She also gives you Toxic, which is nice. But you can see how, like, unlike Sabrina, she says the same thing when you talk to her again. Because it's basically just on a whim. Some of the gym leaders do it, and some of them don't. That was a great battle. Trainer from Johto. I always think that the one's funny. I knew that was the one. Trainer from Johto. Like, is the implication here that that's not the same, like, gym guide from Kanto? I guess so. They never, like, bring attention to it, but since you can do the gym leaders in any order, I guess they can't really do that. I guess we could do, like, the whole, like, East area. There's a lot to go through there, but, there's a lot of trains. I think we'll save that for next time. Actually, I'm gonna go do Nugget Bridge, and then we'll call it there. Nugget Bridge is like one of like the actual like highest level like regular trainers in this area, basically, because they're actually like high 30s, you know. Oh yeah, and I love this. In the original RBY, this bush I think has a hidden potion. So of course it has a hidden potion again. How quaint. I think you can find like Oddish and Venonat here at nighttime. Yeah. Oddish is actually a pretty rare Pokemon in this game. In Crystal particularly, I think it only shows up in 2 spots. Both are nighttime encounters. Like if we look right now actually, where is Oddish? Shows up in Ilex Forest at nighttime, and it shows up on these 2 routes at nighttime. I think Gloom also shows up here at nighttime. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, let's go do we'll do the Nugget Bridge challenge and then we'll call it there. Think you can beat us 6 trainers, of course. It's deadly. Speaking of Oddish. Oh, jeez, I want to switch, but I bet you it's going to use the status. Let's just kick it. Nicely done. Do-do-do-do-do-do! Good stuff. Oh, here comes Todd. Is he going to tell us about the... Oh, a battle? I just started Nugget Bridge, though, damn it. Alright, you know what? Where is Saffron? Alright, you know what? Screw it. I guess we'll take a detour then, you know what? Because I think I've fought him a few times off screen, so he might actually be tougher now. Let's see. Hey, get out of the way, Jingus. I tried to call him a Jackass and Dingus, but I leaned into Dingus more, so it was more like Jingus. Do, 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 boom. We have a ride in Goldenrod City. The little map name that shows up whenever you go to a new map is one of those little things you forget that this wasn't even in Gold and Silver, and it's such a nice little addition. I waited for it. I even cut back my shopping to raise my Pokemon better. You know, speaking of, another thing to speak of about unused things, there's a lot of unused, like, rematch fights, because there was stuff that was removed from Crystal. Hey, level 30, look at that. Moving up on the world, buddy. Aw, dang it. Ow! They did a lot, too. There's a lot of unused, like, rematch fights. Because there's some that are... And I should say, it's funny, because there's some that are... Because some trainers that go unused in Crystal, like Irwin has a rematch fight in Gold Silver. That's super... the whatchamacallit, the Pokemaniac. Like, to the north of Goldenrod there. Hey, a Slugma! Also, I forgot about this. This guy gets a Slugma. Is this his final team? I don't remember. I really missed, like, 90%. I've missed twice out of 3 attacks already. Truly, like, amazing. I wonder if this guy ever gets Macargo. I want to say he actually does. That rings a bell. Mind you, at the one thing that kind of sucks about the rematch teams is they fall into the same problem that Kanto does, where the rematch fights are all like really weak. Like none of them go above they're all like I think the highest level ones are the trainers from routes 26 and 27. You know, the faux Victory Road, right? Where like I think some of them go up to like I think the one trainer that has a Rapidash goes up to like, I want to say she uses like a level 48 in her final team or something like that. I'm pretty sure that that guy, Todd there, does get a Macargo eventually in his final team. I don't know, I don't think that's his final team. I want to say he gets up to like the high 30s and not just like the, like 30, you know what I mean? But most of the trainers like generally kind of like get up to like the high 30s basically. They never go above 40 basically. How many times did I just say basically? I said it basically many times. And like once again, it's because they're leaning into the fact that it's like, well, these are just like Joe Schmo trainers, you know. It'd be kind of weird if they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna train a little bit, and then they're just stronger than Lance, you know. Lance is the champion. He's the strongest. Which comes with a drawback that does result in a lot of the late game just, I guess, this pseudo post game just being kind of just nothing. If you want if you want actual challenge, you're not gonna get it here. If you just want, you know, to just romp around and have fun just doing the stuff, then like this is your shit. But like, it's for the most part, it's not challenging. Like you can make it a challenge if you want, because obviously there's nothing stopping you from just like making a new team if you really want to. Oh my god, what the heck? How am I missing high jump kick? Oh! Because Wigglytuff has so much HP, I just murdered myself. Jeez Louise. That's horrific. Hey, Granbull. Get kicked. Like, where would they even, if they wanted to put Slugma in Johto, where would they even be able to put it? Like, the only real place I can think of they might have been able to put it would be, like, the bottom floor of, like, the Burnt Tower. Because, like, even the Burnt Tower isn't really all that fire-themed. Like, in Crystal, I don't think it even has fire types, does it? I think they get, because in Silver and Gold, you can fight Magmar there, but in Crystal, you can't anymore. Magmar's only at Silver Cave. They did kind of lean into it because Cycling Road has both Slugma and Grimer. So it has all like these like oozy Pokemon. Hey, Vaporeon. Oh no, quick attack. Anyways. Oh no, a critical hit. Anyways. Get sludge bombed, idiot. Ouch, stomped flat. I do like how I also like how they do have like this one part where it's like you have to fight two trainers at once. I want to say in Heart Gold Soul Silver this is a double battle too because of that, which is kind of a funny little thing that they can kind of do. Because Heart Gold Soul Silver does have doubles here and there because the twins get turned into doubles, but it's kind of one of those weird things where even though they do that in Heart Gold Soul Silver, there's still very few doubles. And there's just like a tiny handful of them. There's like one big new one that's kind of weird, but like I guess they just did it to make it a little more challenging. Is they added that like pair of beauties on Route 37, where like they both have like Clefable and Wigglytuff, and they just send them out in a different order. And that's like a new double battle. Like those two trainers are new. I think they actually replaced the guy with the Drowsy, who's like, I'm going to show you how scary sleep is. Which is kind of weird, I guess. Hey, Blossom. How cute. You actually have to fight a lot of Pokemon here, because like this first trainer has 3 Pokemon. And then you have to fight another trainer right after this. I lost 2. Okay, I'm number 5. I'll stomp you! Stomping time! No, but he only has 1. Lloyd. Hey, another Needle King. Slightly weaker than the one we just fought in the gym. This probably doesn't one hit, though. Just barely, too. Oh no, a Poison Sting. Anyways. Aw, I wanted to be cheeky. I'm not gonna bother healing because I probably won't use Murkrow for the rest of these fights anyways. Whoa, too much. Once you beat these, you can head to the back area here. Although I think that the wild Pokemon there are like generally like it's funny that like it's harder to get to that grass, but like you can only find Gloom in the other patch of grass. I don't think there's like those 2 patches of grass are like basically the same. Batches. Just for some reason, the one that's harder to get to is like worse. More mushrooms. I'm gonna headbutt these mushrooms. To save on super effective text, of course. Speedrunning. I guess I'll sludge bomb Parasect though, because it's a little bulkier. God, that bubble animation's so good. And there's the last mushroom. We'll never see another mushroom again. But it did level us up. You're kidding. That's funny. Just, you're kidding. And I love that they play with it here. There's just like this one random guy who's just like, heh heh heh, you fool, you've fallen straight into my trap card. I waited until you were weak from the other fights. Does this guy have Porygon? Yeah, I thought so. It's actually a level 36 Porygon, too. He might actually live Dunsparce's return. Nope. Dead. I guess KO'd. It's not dead. You know what I mean. Like I said, you know, everybody just says they died. But it's just, you know, getting knocked out. Oh, right, you don't have to... This guy doesn't see you. You have to just talk to him. If I remember correctly, this guy uses Rhyhorn and Charmeleon. And he does give you a nugget, though, which is nice. And unlike Gen 1, he doesn't offer to let you join Team Rocket. Wow, level 38, moving up in the world. Get Ice Punched, idiot. Slap with ice. There's the Charmeleon. I don't remember what his last is. Is it War Turtle? Because like I said, like they love to use the Kanto starters for cool trainers. Hey, our first level 50! That isn't Snorlax, I guess. Yeah, I knew it! War Turtle! There you go. I've never had a battle this good. That was a great battle. You and your Pokemon are truly outstanding. And then for some reason this guy is embarrassed by being on a date with Misty for some reason. Like, oh no! My girlfriend is a strong and attractive woman. How embarrassing. And then here's Bill's grandpa. The one source of stones in gold and silver without mystery gift. And you had to come all the way. I mean, at the very least, you can pretty much come here right away. You just have to fight the Nugget Bridge trainers, but like that's not that much, right? However, I'm going to go blind from this white flashing. Thank God they toned it down. I feel like in RBY it's like a bright white flash instead of like at least a little subdued. It's more pink in this game, which helps. But yeah, I think that'll be it for this part. I'm not gonna do Misty right away. We're gonna go do the East Kanto because unlike Misty might actually be a little tricky. Like, her levels are not going to be higher than me, but, like, at the very least, water is just a tough type, so... You know, we'll do the Eastern Kanto area, but we'll do it in reverse for funsies. So we'll just head on over here. What does this guy say? You're working on a Pokedex? That's really something. Don't give up. Alright, we'll save right here. So yeah, that'll be it for this part. See you guys later.